Welcome to Walking Through the Waves. This session is inspired by a story that's always stuck with me. Jesus walking on water to meet his disciples in the middle of a storm. Just picture that moment. The waves are high, the wind is fierce, and the disciples are afraid. They're feeling completely out of their depth. And then, out of the chaos, they see him. Calm, steady, and walking towards them with such peace that it must have felt almost impossible. But then he calls Peter to step out of the boat and join him. It is a powerful image, is it not? And in many ways, it mirrors our own lives. We all face storms, moments when the waves seem overwhelming, when fear and doubt and uncertainty hold us back. But what if in those moments we could find a way to step forward with courage, even when it feels like the ground beneath us isn't solid? That's what this session's about. It's about recognizing the storms in your life, finding that sense of calm within the chaos and stepping forward, not because the fear is gone, but because you've chosen to trust in your own strength, in the support around you, and in the path that lies ahead. Over the next 20 minutes or so, I'll share some key insights, guide you through a practice or two to help you find your footing, and offer a small step that you can take today to move through whatever waves you're facing. So, wherever you are right now, whether you're in the thick of a storm or just looking for a little clarity, I invite you to take a deep breath. Settle in and join me on this journey. Let's walk through the waves together. Let's start with the waves. We all have them, don't we? Those challenges that rise up and feel like they could knock us over. For some, it may be a fear of failure. For others, it's uncertainty about the future or the weight of responsibilities that feel too heavy to carry. The thing about waves is that they always just feel bigger when we're right in the middle of them. Think of the disciples in that storm. The waves are crashing around them. They're terrified, and their fear was consuming. So consuming that when they saw Jesus walking towards them, they thought he was a ghost. And that's what fear does. It distorts reality and makes us see things as worse than they are. But here's the thing. The waves weren't actually the problem. The storm was not what was holding them back. It was their fear. Now let's bring that closer to home. How often do we let fear convince us that we're stuck, that we can't move forward? Fear tells us the storm is too big, the wave's too strong, and that stepping out is too risky. But if we stop and really look at the waves, we often find they're not as insurmountable as they seemed. They're just a part of life, natural, inevitable, and sometimes even necessary for growth. The first step in walking through the waves is to face them, not to fight them or ignore them, but to really look at them and just say, I see you, and you don't have to hold me back. Because the truth is, waves can only knock us down if we let them. When we stop resisting and start observing, we gain the clarity to respond rather than react. So here's a question for you. What are the waves in your life right now? Maybe it's fear that's been nagging at you, a challenge you've been avoiding, or an uncertainty you've been struggling with. Whatever it is, take a moment to name it. Go on, just now. Name it. Bring it into the light. Because once we name the waves, we can begin to walk through them. So that is our first core teaching. The second, finding calm amidst the chaos. Once we face the waves and acknowledge them for what they are, the next step is finding a sense of calm amidst the chaos. It's not about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about discovering the stillness within, even while the winds howl and the waves crash around us. I mean, have you ever heard of the eye of the storm? It's the calmest part of a hurricane, a place where the air is quiet, the skies are clear, even though the storm is raging all around it. And that is what inner peace is like. It's not the challenges disappear, but that we find a steady place within ourselves from which to face them. Think of a time when you felt completely overwhelmed. Maybe it was a difficult conversation, a looming deadline, or just the weight of everything piling up. It's in moments like those that finding just a small pocket of calm can make all the difference. When we're in the chaos, it's easy to feel like we're being pulled in every direction, but even in a brief pause, just to center ourselves, we can give ourselves the clarity we need to move forward with intention. When we cultivate this calm, it's like creating our own eye in the storm, a space of stillness where we can see clearly and respond wisely. The storm doesn't go away, but our perspective changes. And with it, so does our ability to act. So I'm going to invite you to explore an exercise with me that I've just called the anchor breath. And this you can use anytime, any place. Wherever you are, take a moment just to get comfortable. Right now, if it's practical, not if you're driving, not if you're driving or operating machinery, but whatever you're doing now, if it's possible and you're comfortable with it, just close your eyes. Now take a deep breath in. Inhale deeply through your nose for the count of 4, letting the air fill your lungs, and just hold it for a moment. And then exhale slowly, breathe out through your mouth for a count of 6, imagining the tension leaving your body with every breath. And just repeat, breathing in for 4, out for 6. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And as you continue this rhythm, bring your attention to the sensations of the breath, the coolness as it enters, the warmth as it leaves, the rise and the fall of your chest. And picture your breath as an anchor, keeping you steady in the storm. The waves may rise and fall, but you remain grounded, calm, and present. So take a moment to breathe like this, allowing your body and mind to settle. And when you're ready, in a few moments, you can just open your eyes. And you can notice even just a small pause like this can create a sense of stillness. It's a reminder that no matter how loud the storm gets, you can always return to this calm. It's always within you. It's yours. It always has been, just waiting to be found. And so if you've not done so already, just open your eyes, be here, be with me again. We'll move on to our next core teaching. And the next core teaching is taking the first step. Once we've faced the waves and we found a sense of calm. There's one more step, and in some ways, it is the hardest one. But you can do this, can you not? Stepping out of the boat. It's that moment when we leave the comfort of what we know, even if what we know isn't where we want to be. It's the decision to move forward despite the uncertainty, despite the fear. When Jesus called Peter to step out of the boat, Peter didn't suddenly overcome his fear. He didn't wait for the storm to stop or the waves to settle. He stepped forward despite the fear. And for a moment, he walked on water. See, that's what courage looks like. It's not the absence of fear, but the willingness to move forward anyway. I remember working with someone a bit back who was struggling with a big major life decision, and they felt really stuck, and they were just like paralyzed by the what ifs. What if it doesn't work? What if they're not good enough? What if it makes things worse? What if? But sorry, I got carried away there. But after we talked, they realized they didn't have to solve everything in one leap. They just needed to take that first step. And so they did. It was a small step, but it was enough to break the hold that fear had over them. One step led to another. And before they knew it, they were moving forward with a confidence that they just hadn't felt in years. And the truth is, small steps lead to big transformations. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to know where every step will take you. You just need to take the next one. Because each step, no matter how small, is a signal to yourself that you are ready to grow, to do what you need to do, to take that next step, to get your life where you want it, that you're ready to trust yourself and to trust the process. So again, I'm going to share an exercise with you. I called this one the courageous step. So if you can, if not, come back to it. But for now, just close your eyes, just for a moment. And become aware of, think of an area in your life where you've been hesitating. Something you've wanted to do or change, but just haven't, because the wave feels too big. And so now picture yourself in that boat, the waves all around. And picture yourself, imagine yourself, think about yourself, however you do this, stepping out of that boat. You stand up, you steady yourself, and you take that step. Imagine the waves beneath your feet. But also notice the strength within you to hold you steady. What is the first small step you can take towards that goal or that change? Not the whole journey, just the next step. Whatever that is, whatever's come to you, open your eyes, jot it down. It might be sending an email, making a phone call, or simply acknowledging that you are ready. Whatever it is, commit to taking that step today. Taking the first step isn't always easy, but it is always easier than we think it's going to be. But the thing is, that first step, it's the beginning of something new. The waves might still be there, but so is your courage. Trust it, trust yourself, and take that step. As we come to the end of this session, let's just take a moment to reflect on what we've explored and shared today. You've faced the waves, those challenges and fears that can feel so overwhelming. You found a place of calm, discovering that inner stillness that gives you clarity and strength, and you've taken the first step, embracing the courage to move forward, even if the path ahead isn't completely clear. These aren't just ideas. They're practices you can take into your daily life. Every small step, every moment of calm, every time you face the waves with courage, you're creating space for growth, for transformation, and for peace. Now, if this session has resonated with you and you're ready to go deeper, I'd really love to support you on your journey. And there are two ways we can work together. One is one-to-one coaching program where we'll deep dive into your unique challenges and goals over 6 sessions. This becomes your space to find clarity, courage, and transformation with my full support every step of the way. Alternatively, keep an eye on the website, sign up to the newsletter, because coming up, we're going to have some group coaching programs. Together with like-minded individuals, you'll explore walking through the waves framework over 6 weeks online, sharing insights and support in a nurturing community. Wherever you are right now, know that the next step is always within your reach. And I encourage you to take it, whether that's booking a call with me, sharing this session with someone who might need it, or simply reflecting on what you've learned today. And if this has benefited you, do share that in the comments. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here, for showing up for yourself, and for allowing me to walk alongside you just in this short moment. Take care. And as always, peace be with you.